Welcome to Reading Between the Lines. Today we are talking about Bridgerton, not the books, the Netflix series. We're going to be talking about season 1. And then next episode we're going to talk about season 2, which is Emma's favorite. And then we're going to talk about, after that, season 3, which is my favorite. So we're taking a break from books for a little bit because we need to read more books before we can talk about books.
Yeah, I'm like rereading books right now.
Yeah, it's a little bad. I need to get back on or we need to read books that we've both read, because that's the problem. Is you've read some and I've read some, but they're not the same. That's the problem.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, this is Reading Between the Lines. We're both emotionally unstable, but that's okay because we're doing it together. So go team. Today we're talking about Bridgerton season 1, which, okay, if you don't know what Bridgerton is, where have you been? I guess I could have said the same thing because I literally didn't start watching it until earlier this year, but it's fine.
I've talked about it so many times. Like, you need to watch it. And you're like, I don't know. Like, I probably won't like it.
Okay, listen, because it was okay. I'm gonna be this person for a second, and this sounds ridiculous because I literally read ACOTAR and I'm an ACOTAR girly, right? And whatever, because I'm the most basic of book reader. But I don't like being a basic person outside of everything else. And so Bridgerton to me was like the popular basic thing for a while. And so I was like, I don't want to watch that. But then you talked about it so much and quoted things to me. So then I was like, okay, this could be something else that we can talk about. So I have to watch it. And then of course I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And now here we are.
See, I'm basic and I know that, and I'm fine with that.
Listen, I would say I am as well. I just don't want to be. Maybe I should just own up to my actions, but I don't want to.
Yeah. I mean, you watch Friends, you drink coffee, and you read books. I feel like that's pretty basic. But like, same.
And again, too, like I said, in the book world too, I'm basic. Like, yeah. I'm like Rysand girly for the win. Like, you know, I'm not like pulling out like this random guy that nobody knows about. Like, you know, there's some people who are like, I like this one guy, and it's from like, I'm gonna get canceled for this, but the guy from Zodiac Academy, haven't read that, don't want to read it.
Yeah.
And but everybody's like, but there's like those few people out there that's like, he's the best book boyfriend. And I'm like,
yeah. But also you can't say that because you haven't read it.
So what I was saying is that if you don't know what Bridgerton is, you probably shouldn't listen to this episode unless you want to know some spoilers before you go into watching it. But I feel like most of the world has already watched it. So basically, it's about old-time Britain, I guess.
Is it like the 18th century or is it the 19th century?
I don't know. The 19th century is 1800s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the 19th century, I think.
This is so random, but I know that fact and a lot of people don't. So I feel so smart when like I know that, and I can be like, actually, it's the 19th century is the 1800s.
Listen, I know it. I just had to confirm because I didn't want to sound like an idiot.
Yeah.
But I think it's 19th century.
Wait, 100%. Yeah.
So it's about this family, the Bridgertons, and each season goes through each sibling. Within the Bridgerton household, there's 7 of them, right? Am I getting that right? 7? 8, 7.
So there's Anthony, there's Colin, there's Benedict, that I'm not going in order, I'm just naming characters. Daphne, Eloise, Francesca, and then the 2 younger ones.
So 8.
8, I think.
Okay, so there's 8 of them. This series is based on books that have already been written. So we haven't read the books. I suggested it to Emma that we should read the books, and she said no. So there's that. But
other books I'd rather read, especially since I've watched the show.
I mean, fair enough. It'd be different if we read the books and then watched the show, but we've watched the show, so we know how it ends.
Okay, let me ask you, how many times have you watched a show or movie before you read the books? Because I feel like you're the person who would definitely read the books and then be very hesitant to watch a show or movie. And then if you knew it was based off a book, you'd probably read the book. If it was like fantasy or like anything like this.
I don't know if there's any book that I've read that I've watched the TV show or the
Yeah.
movie. Because I didn't read Harry Potter. Sue me.
You also don't watch Harry Potter.
No. Hunger Games I never saw.
What?
I never saw. Oh no, did I see Hunger Games? I never read the books. I watched the movies.
I didn't either.
So
this is gonna make it sound really young, but that was like when we were still younger is when those were popular. Like my sister is older than me and she read those books, but when I got older, like they were kind of like no one was talking about them anymore. Like it was old news kind of for the books, not the movies, but
I mean, kind of, yeah. So I would be the person though that if I found out a show like this, I want to now read the books to see how similar they are. But if I read the book first, I don't want to see the movie because I know they're gonna mess it up.
yeah.
So,
And that's with Six of Crows because I watched Shadow and Bone, which is that's like the universe. And then I read Six of Crows and it really just enhanced the experience. So I feel like if I were to watch a show, a movie, like I'd rather watch the show first than read the books. So I can like picture the characters and like I know what's gonna happen and stuff.
and I feel like then because unpopular opinion, but popular opinion, when you read a book, it's a different experience than watching a movie. But like the book experience is way better. So like if you then read the book but then watch a movie or a show, it's like that's disappointing because you made it up in your mind. But if you watch the show and then you're like, okay, this is what they made it to look like, and then you read the book, then it's like, okay, that's what it's gonna look like in your brain.
And shows have less detail. Like that's just an obvious fact. They have less detail in the books. So if you watch the show first and then read the books, it's like getting a special edition with like 20 extra chapters. Like it's like adds to it so much more.
I mean, fair. Yeah. Here's the thing though. If we're going down this vein, they cannot do Fourth Wing wrong. They cannot
knew you were gonna bring this up.
They can't do because aren't they doing Powerless too?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that I'm nervous for too.
Okay, here's a hot take. I'd rather see a show that's based off of a fantasy book than a show that's based off of like a romance book or something like that. Because romance, like I'd rather read about romance. Like when I see two people making out on the screen, I'm like, okay, that's enough. Like that's enough. But I'm reading about it and there's like so much detail. I'm like, okay, love, right? I don't want to see it. But with fantasy, it's so much more interesting to watch. Because there's a lot of romance books that are becoming into movies. Like there's a lot of things that were announced lately. And like The Love Hypothesis, like that's one.
Have you read that book?
No, but I've heard of it.
You'd probably like it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I do not.
I usually stick with my sports romances.
Yeah, then maybe you wouldn't like
For a
it.
while, I'll go to like mystery kind of, but that's a few books. Like usually that's like the Inheritance Games is kind of just an odd man out. The rest is sports romance or romance.
Yeah. See, I don't get out of my comfort zone, clearly.
Yeah.
Anyways,
okay, those two genres or three genres, those are the ones I've been reading. Like I've read sports romances and mystery before I started romantasy.
That's fair.
So they're all like my comfort reads, I would say.
See, when I read romances or like sports romances, I'm like, this is too real. I can't, no. Like Crescent City was even too real because it was based off of like I mean, it wasn't, but like kind of at the same time.
Yeah. But I kind of like that. I'm like, I don't know. Because I can just imagine, like, wow, this could actually happen. Like, imagine. You know? I don't know. I like it. They're cute. They're cute little romances.
Fair. Fair. I feel like that's where you and I differ because I would go more towards like the dark romance. You would go towards the cozy sports romance.
Yeah.
What does that say about us? Anyways.
Which is so funny because I feel like out of the two of us, you're more energetic and happy, and I am not.
That's not untrue.
I text you live, laugh, cry at least twice a day.
Yeah, this week especially has been rough.
This week has been rough, yeah.
Listen, mine this morning, though, was pretty upsetting.
That was sad. I was sad for you.
I literally stood there for like 5 minutes just looking at all the coffee grounds on the floor, and I was like, what do I do?
Dude, it's been like almost a week since I stopped drinking coffee.
And this is my second today.
I've never drank more than one coffee a day, though. Like, I usually only drink coffee in the mornings but I'm working out instead in the morning, so. But I do miss the taste of it. I miss it, but it's fine.
I would miss it too, because I have an addiction.
No, that's why I stopped.
I'm okay with being addicted to coffee.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was a major side tangent.
Yeah.
So we're talking about Bridgerton, season 1. So season 1 is about Daphne. And she's not the oldest because Anthony's the oldest.
No, she's like the second oldest, I think, or third oldest.
She's the oldest girl.
Yes.
So basically, it starts off with them going to the castle or wherever, to where the queen is, and it's all the women in the town or the daughters that are of age to be a part of, I don't even know what it's called, like the marriage.
It's them trying to be the diamond of the season.
That's what I was looking for. Thank you. Yeah. So basically the first episode is just her like walking in because they wear all white. They have this little feather thing, which by the way, is so ugly. Why would you do that? But whatever. That's beside the point. But basically that's how it starts. And the queen picks her right away to be the diamond, right? Like if I'm remembering correctly, it doesn't take long. So then the rest of the season, which I don't know if we're going to go in chronological order because I don't remember everything in chronological order, but
well, I just have some like main scenes that I wanted to talk about. And yeah. I don't think I put them in chronological order. I was like, oh, and then this happened. Oh, and then this happened.
Well, because I was just going to say, I don't remember what episode she meets.
It's season 1. I mean, it's episode 1. For sure.
Okay. Yeah. So basically it's when I'm talking about it while not watching it, it sounds so boring because it's basically them going to balls and like living their life trying to get married, but at the same time it's so dramatic and so like it's so good, but it sounds so boring when I'm talking about it now.
Well, okay, well, let's just go through the scenes. And anyone who's seen Bridgerton knows it's not boring. Like, if they've seen Bridgerton, they're listening to this, obviously they like Bridgerton and they don't think it's boring, so.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so the love interest is the Duke, and he's friends with Anthony, her brother, and the oldest Bridgerton. And they run into each other at a ball, which is in episode 1. I don't know if it's like the first ball of the season. It probably is. And they kind of have like a bickering encounter. Like, it's not like love at first sight. Like, they're kind of like going back and forth.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. And then they go their separate ways, whatever. And she's also, what's the word for it? Courting? Is that the word? She's courting kind of the prince, or like the prince has his eye on her. And so like they like talk a little bit, whatever. Obviously, if you've seen season 1, that doesn't last very long.
Well, the queen personally brought this prince in from wherever he was to be with Daphne. So she was trying to matchmake, which the queen by far my favorite character. Love her. She's hilarious. She's so funny. I love her.
You should watch Queen Charlotte then.
Okay, I'm gonna listen. You remember how much Bridgerton took up my life? I needed to not take up my life.
That makes sense. Yeah, I was like dreaming of it. I was thinking of it constantly.
It made my life more dramatic for no reason.
I also want to say, this is kind of a side note, but like not a side note. When I first started watching Bridgerton, it was when it first came out, and I don't know what year that was, but it was like years ago, obviously, right? Because there's years in between the seasons, and now we're waiting for season 4, so it was a while ago. But I was like, oh my god, there's too much like spicy scenes. Like, I'm not gonna watch this. This is too much. This is so bad. And this is before I even started reading, right? So it was like, and I was like younger, okay? Probably like early high school. Which, yeah, anyways. And so I stopped watching it. But then I saw something about season 2. Like, I saw like edits and stuff on TikTok of season 2, and I'm like, oh my god, I would love this because it's truly enemies to lovers. Like, this is crazy. And so I was like, okay, god, like I have to just get through season 1 and watch season 2. So then I started watching season 1, then binge season 2, probably all in a week. I was consumed by it.
Listen, here's the thing though too, which we'll get into when we talk about, because for both of us, season 1 we're kind of neutral with. Like, to you, it's season 2, season 1, season 3, I think. For me, it's season 3, season 1, season 2. And so with season 1, we're both kind of neutral. It was okay compared to the other seasons, it was the least spicy. It was, well,
Season 1?
Yeah.
I thought that was the most spicy. Well, season 3 actually was pretty crazy. Season 1 was the most spicy, like, compared to that. Or season 2. Like the whole montage of them doing it in different places. I was like, Jesus Christ. Like,
okay, that's right. Yes, I forgot about that episode.
You're doing it in the garden, on the stairs. I'm like, okay.
I forgot about that. You're right. Okay, never mind. Okay, no. There was more lead up in the other seasons. That's what the... Anyways, that's not the point.
Because they showed them, I think, well, because each season has their problems, right? Each season doesn't necessarily have a third act breakup, but it does. Like, they have a fight towards the end at some point that like puts their relationship in danger, right? In season 1, it was him lying to her about wanting kids, like that whole thing, and like how kids were made, which that's a crazy thing that I just wanted to talk about, because if I actually didn't know anything going into her marriage, which I know it was the 19th century, like they didn't talk about that, especially with women, but like in the 21st century watching that, I'm like, that's crazy.
It was, I got secondhand embarrassment.
No, for real.
I was like, how do you not know how, what? I
know.
But for their time, it was different.
Yeah, like if no one told her, like it's not her fault. You know what I mean?
One of my favorite, okay, not favorite, but like from season 1, there's like one scene where Eloise comes into the like their dining room, wherever they are, and she's like, how does one become with child or whatever? And then all the like brothers start laughing, and they're like, have you ever been to a farm before? And it's just like the dumbest thing, because it's like, of course they know, right? But Eloise had no idea.
Them in like brothels and stuff as well. Maybe like in season 1, I think maybe, and then especially in like the later seasons as well.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I was nervous at first because I was like, clearly the queen wanted Daphne with this prince guy. He was blonde. First red flag. Yeah. Second red flag is he was kind of like
vanilla.
That's not what I was going to say, but that's also correct. He's boyish.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Like, it was giving Kit. I'm sorry, but like,
okay.
I wasn't there with, it's fine.
I mean, I wasn't there. Like, I didn't ship them at all. The
No,
whole, like, not even once. Like, the Duke showed up, and I'm like, that's it.
I was like, that's the one. Okay, cool. And also, okay, so the other scene that I remember that was towards the beginning is they were talking because they were kind of like, I don't know, I wouldn't consider them friends, but they were acquaintances because Daphne and Anthony are siblings, and then Anthony and the Duke were friends. And so at the balls, and I don't remember if it was the first one or the second one, or maybe it was the third one, but they were talking and they were talking about Cressida and how she was like fanning her fan to the prince and all that and talking to the prince and whatever, and how all women are the same when they're trying to like get with a guy, get his attention. And I remember then Daphne was like, well, all men are the same too. When they want a woman's attention, they'll say that they're exquisite and their dress is beautiful and like, can I dance with you or something like that. And then the prince, like, so it was the first ball, because then the prince came to her and she started giggling because he said the same thing that he had said to all the other women, and the Duke and her had just talked about it. I just remember that like scene for some reason so vividly because it was just so funny, because she just starts giggling in front of this prince like, you don't do that.
Yeah.
No, you don't do that.
Yeah.
But anyways, that was very vanilla for what actually happened in the season, but that was
Yeah, but I also like how, I mean, each season has their own tropes, and some of them like have the same kind of tropes. Like in season one, I would say not everyone probably has their different opinions on this, but the tropes that I kind of gathered were friends to lovers because they were friends first, right? Fake dating, forced marriage, and then lovers to enemies to lovers again.
yes.
And I think, you know, friends to lovers in real life, I think that's how you need to do it, right? In a show, in a book, enemies to lovers all the way. Enemies to lovers all the way. But I still love good friends to lovers.
I liked how their progression worked though. Even though it stressed me out like crazy, I liked it.
Mhm.
Plus, we knew from episode 2, I think, when he punched that creepy old guy who kept
I
following
loved
Daphne.
that scene.
That scene was so good because he literally like was like, I'm gonna leave this stupid box, I'm over it. But then he saw them walk away and he was like, I'm gonna go follow that. So you knew he cared from that moment.
Yeah.
And we loved that. And then when I can't remember the guy's name. Do you remember his name?
No, I don't remember.
When the Duke then was walking away, then I think it was that same night, right? And the guy came up to him and was like, you're basically a disgrace to your family and all this stuff, and was saying things. And the Duke just like went to town punching him. I'm sorry. I loved that. That was probably terrible of me, but like I loved it.
That guy deserved it.
He did.
Like, what does he think he's doing cornering Daphne like that? Like, that's so weird, especially during that time when it was scandalous for a woman and a man to be in the same vicinity as each other, like alone.
Yeah. Okay, but also, listen, I know that you're going to get mad at me for bringing this up, but I didn't like Anthony because of what he did. Because he basically was like, I'm trying to get, he had the right mindset to get his sister with the best person, but he went about it in a very bad way, which is why I didn't like him. And then going into season 2, I didn't like him either, because also he had his own weird thing with that like opera chick.
I didn't like that at all. Not even in season 1. Before I even knew about Kate, like I did not like that at all.
No. Like every time he came up, I was like, you are giving the ick.
I'm not gonna lie, season 1, I did not like Anthony at all. I didn't think he was cute. I didn't like him. I didn't like his actions. And then in season 2, and we'll obviously talk about that more in the next episode, but they had a glow up for him. Personality, looks, everything.
Listen, I think that they do that because if it's their season, right? Because like right now, Benedict, like meh, but like maybe this next season it'll be like, okay, yeah. Or like Colin, like he was a baby in season 1 and season 2. Well, because he was gone for most of season 2. But then season 3, it was like, okay.
Yeah. Well, for Benedict, I don't think he's ugly, but he's giving like childish.
Rebellious teenager.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think he's funny. Like that one scene, I'm like jumping around, but there's a scene in season 3 where he's like really funny. Like I think he's funny, but I'm not like, oh my God, Benedict Bridgerton, he's so hot. Like I love him so much. Like a lot of people are like that, but I'm not. But when it comes to season 4, I wouldn't be surprised if my mindset changed on that. Like I like him as a character, but like I don't know.
Listen, I just don't like when characters are confused and do stupid things. That stresses me out and it makes me so mad because it's like, why are you so stupid? Like I'm getting embarrassment from you because you're being dumb. Okay.
No.
So when like Anthony in season 1 was like trying to get back with that opera chick the whole time, I was literally like, you are so embarrassing as a human being. Like you should be ashamed of yourself. Like
No, I fully agree. Even though I love Anthony in season 2, season 1 Anthony was not it.
no, he was not. Any of the sideburns,
His sideburns were so bad.
ugly. Anyways, so we're getting off track. Point is, well, listen, I wish Daphne and the Duke were still like part of like the other seasons because I feel like I know that the Duke wasn't asked or he didn't want to come back, like the actor, but I feel like they just kind of jumped off a bridge and now they're gone. And it's like, no, but I liked looking at your face.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Daphne's in season 2. Was she in season 3?
No, she wasn't in season 3. She was in season 2 like twice.
Yeah, because she definitely yelled at Anthony in one scene. So
Yes.
But it's kind of funny, not to like hate on the guy who plays the Duke, okay? But I've seen this in other places, so I know other people like think the same thing. But he left to do more things, and he didn't want his name to be associated with just Bridgerton, which I guess I understand because, like, for example, Grey's Anatomy actors, like you know them basically from Grey's Anatomy, like that's
Right.
where they're from, and he wanted to do more, which I respect that. But he's only been in, I mean, I've only seen one other movie he's been in. He's probably been in more, but he's not like that popular, right? Jonathan Bailey, on the other hand, is still doing Bridgerton, and he's still like putting out movies left and right.
Yeah.
So it's just, you just look at it and you're like, it was possible.
He's the new thing right now.
Yeah.
But also, okay, not to be whatever, but I feel like partly the reason why we haven't seen other movies that he's probably in is because we're in America and they're in Britain. So I'm sure like he's maybe more popular in Britain than he is here.
I guess,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I loved the backstory of the Duke, but it was very hard to like watch but then you understood everything.
Yeah.
It was like, yikes.
He was kind of like a morally gray man in this sense. And then that's why we probably got his backstory. Because in season 2, we also get a little bit of Anthony's backstory, at least like what really traumatized him, right?
Yeah.
Because he's also, I wouldn't say Anthony's morally gray, but he's what's the word? He's very, not emotionless.
Stone cold.
Yeah. He's very like stone cold, like doesn't really do anything outside of like trying to run his family's house, like all that stuff, right? And then you understand a little bit more of like him. But in season 3, we don't see Colin's backstory at all.
No, but we see like why his travels and writing and all this stuff affected how he was when he came back.
Yeah,
but no, we didn't get his childhood backstory. No.
Yeah, and I think that's probably because he's not like the first two. Like he's not like the Duke and Anthony. He's more golden retriever vibes, I would say.
I could agree.
I mean, not the most golden retriever, but like compared to them,
Yeah. Yeah.
and maybe that's why I don't like it as much.
Which is so funny in here.
I know.
Because normally it would be complete opposite.
It just depends on the character.
I'm like, give me the villain, give me the like whatever. And you're like, I just want like the complicated, like warm-hearted character, whatever. We switched when it came to Bridgerton.
I just wanted to mention, and I know we're not going in chronological order at all, but I wanted to mention the garden scene when they were caught making out. He was feeling her up. That scene, crazy. But I think it's so funny because when I saw that scene, I was like, dang, like that's like when I originally watched it, right? I was like, that's so much. Like, why are they showing that? Meanwhile, now I'm reading like smut about it, like threesome, and I'm like, oh, this is great. It's crazy.
Looking back, I mean, listen, reading about it is a lot different than watching it.
It is. For sure.
But no, that scene was crazy because also every single time they would do something like that, I was literally stressing out for them. I'm like, you guys are gonna get caught, you're gonna get in trouble, like you're so stupid. And it literally like made my blood boil because I was like, you're gonna get in trouble and it's gonna be so bad. And it's like when you read and there's a stupid character and they're doing stupid things and you're like, why are you doing stupid things? And you wish that you could just like read until the end, like skip to the end when they're not stupid anymore.
Yeah.
That's literally how I felt every time they did something stupid.
Yeah. Well, I also think because we know that it was the 19th century and we know that all those rules and stuff, and she could be like, I don't know, like ruined basically. Like I think that's what really added to the stress too. Like, oh my god, like they kissed, like that's insane. But if you're watching another show, it'd be like, they kissed, that's amazing, right? Like,
right? Yeah. No, totally. I also just loved how first they were like, we have to like, and okay, I don't remember why, so you can tell me why. Was that the reason why they started like in public be like, we're together, but it wasn't real? I can't remember why.
No, it was because she was trying to get more suitors.
Oh,
and the Duke, I don't know if it was her or the Duke's idea, but one of them thought it would like people seeing her with the Duke would get them to like more guys to come over to her. And that's why they started like fake dating kind of thing.
Which it's like in books too. It's like, what do you think is gonna happen, you idiot? Like
no, but I will say in this one book I'm reading now, the girl moves in with her best friend's brother, right? And she's like a romance reader in the book. And she said, this is like a romance book waiting to happen. Like she makes that joke in the beginning and then it's like obviously like I love a self-aware queen.
Yeah, seriously. It's like I was trying to think who it's like. It's like Raven and no. What's their names? Help me.
From what?
Elspeth and what's his face? From One Dark Window. Is it Raven? No, that's wrong.
No, Raven's the other one. What is this guy's name? Wait, do I still have this?
That's literally what I was thinking about. I was like, what book is it?
Wait, it is Raven.
Oh, I was right. I got right.
Raven. The other guy is named Elm.
Nope, Elm's the other one.
That's what I just said. The other guy's named Elm.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought you just said, okay, yeah. No, remember they were like, we're going to do this. It's going to help us gain this, whatever. You're going to fall in love. Like, you're dumb.
Yeah.
So then when the Duke was like, yeah, let me do this, whatever, it's fine, but I don't want to be involved with anything. Like after this season, I'm leaving. Like I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, your brain does not work. You're dumb.
Well, and then he was so confident that he would leave because of the promise he made to his dad, which the whole time, like they were saying that, I was like, what promise? Like, what is going on? And it
I
was
know.
like revenge against his dad. I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, I was so confused. I was like, what is going on? I feel so out of the loop right now. Like I don't understand what's happening. Like I need more information.
Yeah. But also it was so sad that his dad literally like cast him aside because he was slow at talking. Like it
Yeah.
took him a little longer to talk. And then he became like the most sophisticated character.
No, seriously. It was that they were all emotional seasons, but I think that one was the most emotional just because, like you said, like we got his backstory and like learned more about his trauma. Like obviously we learned Anthony's trauma, but like I feel like this one was more we learned about both characters, not just one.
Yeah.
Did you know, watching the first season, who Lady Whistledown was?
No.
You didn't know.
No. And when you texted me that you knew, I was like, dang, that's one that she got and I didn't. It's the one and only time that will ever happen.
No, I know. I felt like a genius because you were like, I didn't know. And I was like, I so smart. It was
Yeah.
obvious, in my opinion. But
Well, let me just say again, when I first watched like season 1, or when I watched season 1 and season 2, that was before I actually started reading, and like especially like romantasy books, and like my brain didn't work that way before. I'm not kidding. Like I feel like my brain like was trained to think a certain way after reading mystery and romantasy books.
honestly, fair. Fair. The way you go about life after watching things like this or reading things like this makes you literally question everybody. This is why I have trust issues.
No, for real.
Tamlin was the start of that.
Yeah, I don't even know what the start of it was for me, but
Anyways,
actually, I did read a book series, like one of the first romantasy, I don't know if romantasy is the right word, series where the FMC literally betrayed the MMC. And we didn't find that out until like later. And I was like, oh. So that's, I think, where my trust issues started.
listen, ever since I've had trust issues and characters just keep making it worse and worse. So,
Yeah.
anyways, so basically, if I'm remembering correctly, there was things with like Daphne was like, I don't want to be with the prince, and then like her and the Duke were kind of like doing their fake little thing. And then they went to the queen to basically be like, this is happening.
Yeah.
And I remember that scene and what he said about her. And I was like, oh my gosh. But at the same time, I was like, he's lying. Like, I
Really?
thought he was lying.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I thought it was fake. I was like, you're just lying so that you can win over the queen's opinion. This isn't real. Like, I was so worried that they were going to get back and be like, that wasn't real. Like, I know.
Can we just talk about the duel real quick?
That's what I was going to talk about. When did that happen?
Before. They were
Before.
gonna get, before they went to the queen to go get married. First of all, doing a duel is so stupid. And I know that was the thing back then, but oh my god, like what? And this is such an off, like what I'm about to say is like so like off topic, but not. But you know, in the Hamilton musical,
Yes.
when they duel,
yes.
well, I mean, Anthony and the Duke dueling, it's not the first duel I've seen on TV, but it's the one that sticks the most. So when I was watching Hamilton, they like dueled. I was thinking of Anthony and the Duke. See, and now whenever I listen to the soundtrack and it's like this song after, like during one of those, I just like
Listen, I thought about it opposite because I saw Hamilton first before I saw Bridgerton. And so then when they were like, we need to duel, I was like, my brain literally went to the 10 dual commandments, which I think is what the song is called. Like, that's literally where my brain went. And then
But
I
when
was like, are they gonna do the step thing where they walk 10 steps? Like, are they gonna do the whole thing?
see, when I listen to that song, I like think of this scene. Like I picture that in my head.
It's so dumb. Because okay, I know it was the thing, but like, who goes, yes, to settle this, we're gonna just both point our guns at each other.
What if they both shoot each other? And then they're just both dead. Who wins?
No one.
Also, my mom used to make me watch like old westerns and they used to duel a lot, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is so stupid. It's two old guys. I don't know what's going on. It's like they're fighting over their towns, like, you're in my town. I'm like, what? Fight over something like interesting. Like, this town is like falling apart. There's two buildings made of wood. Like, what the fuck?
No, it was, yeah. I thought of Hamilton. That's literally what I thought of. So
I'm glad we like both like associated one with the other, but like in different ways.
I feel like we have most of the time the same wavelength. It's just how we get there is very backwards. Like, you get there in a very different way than I do.
Yes.
So anyways, yeah, that scene. Also, that was another scene where I was like, Daphne, you're so stupid. Like, you're so dumb. Like, let's go running right into the middle of two men shooting at each other. She was trying to stop it, yes. But she was the one who said the Duke wasn't. I remember it was her because Anthony was like, what's going on?
Mhm.
And so then Daphne was like, we're getting married. And that's how the episode ended.
Yeah. I love how she tells the Duke, like, we're getting married. There's no out of this anymore.
Girl knew what she wanted, okay? She's like, we're getting married.
It's like this sound, walk him like a dog.
Okay.
Have you heard that?
Yes. Oh God. No, that's literally, yeah. That's what happened. And then they go and neither of them really want to get married.
Well, like, they obviously like each other. Like, that's already been established. But the Duke doesn't want to get married because of the revenge on his father. And Daphne doesn't really want to get married because she knows the Duke doesn't want to get married. So she's essentially knowing that she's going to marry someone who she thinks her life may be miserable with because of he doesn't want this.
And she just kept saying, like, I'm sorry I trapped you into this and all this stuff. But it's like, if you're sorry, then why'd you do it? Like, what? Sorry.
But can we talk about the after they're married and then they're in that like motel and she says, I burn for you? I have never forgotten that. And there's this Gracie Abrams song that I can't remember exactly which one it is, but it's from her newest album. And there's a line in there that says, I burn for you. And every single time I think of Daphne and the Duke. Every single time.
That scene lives rent free in my head. I don't understand why. I say this as though they're real people. This is how somebody wrote this person. Bryce was the same way. He was like, it's my burden to bear, like the night court and all. Like, stop being a child. No.
Stop being a child. You're a 500-year-old fae.
No, seriously. What the crap? Gosh. Anyways, like, I understand that he was like, it's my burden to bear. But at the same time, this is just, my personal opinion. In a relationship, whether you really want to be in it or not, I feel like there should have some open communication.
Yeah. I feel like transparency and honesty is key.
Yeah.
Because the truth might lead to an argument, but lying would lead to a bigger argument.
So if you guys have learned anything from anything that we've ever talked about, communication is key. Period. Done.
I'm
Anyways,
saying that the Duke is the one that told Daphne, was the one that first told Daphne anything related to sex at all.
bro, that scene, I was like, I'm so uncomfortable right now.
Oh, you see?
I was like,
And then afterwards, she like goes and she's like, "Guess what I did?" I'm like, "Girl." I was like, I don't
also,
think you guys are close enough for that right now.
listen, okay, also, not to be this person, but this is where my brain went. She has however many siblings and a mother all in the same house.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
What if somebody walked in? What if the servants walked in?
I don't know. That would stress me out. Also, can we just talk about her mom real quick? Because
What
I
about
love her.
her?
I love her. I just
Oh,
wanted to
okay.
see it. Like, she's amazing. And I want to see, because they did Queen Charlotte, and I know you haven't watched that, but that's like obviously Queen Charlotte's story, like when she married and all that stuff. But what's the mom's name again?
Violet?
Yes.
Okay,
I was thinking Victoria, and I'm like, that's not right. What is it?
I knew, okay. I knew it was a flower because I just knew it was a flower.
Yeah. But anyways, I want Violet and her husband's story because she's like very adamant of marrying for love. Very adamant for marrying for love because she
Right.
married for love, even though that's like a rarity in this time.
Yeah.
And I just think their love story would be so cute.
But at the same time, then knowing how it ended,
Oh yeah, it's gonna rip my heart to shreds, 100%. But really wanna watch it. It's just like powerful, you know, for the Powerless series, like knowing that.
this is what we do to ourselves. We're like, can we just have the most gut-wrenching, heartbreaking, betrayal-filled book or series that makes us feel like we just got torn apart, but we live for it?
Yeah, for sure.
Why? Oh gosh. It's like Fearful. I am not ready for that book. I cannot.
Yeah, I mean, because Fearless was it was something. It was
And
emotional damage for sure.
no, literally. And Powerful, also emotional damage. So listen, I don't need to read more, but at the same time, you know I'm gonna, and you
No.
know we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah. Anyways, back on track.
No, I don't. I'm just kidding.
Their fight made me sad because I'm like, they can't end like this. Like that's
Do you remember when I texted you and I was like, Emma, this is not how it can end. Like, you were joking me right now. If they don't mend this, like, I'm going to lose my mind and I'm going to hate you. I remember texting you, like, if this ends bad, like, our friendship is over.
yeah.
Because I was like, no freaking way. This is because I was in shambles. Shambles. Because I was like, this can't be how it ends. Also, they, like, did it on the stairs, but then had a whole fight. So, like, I don't. Sexual tension was still there apparently.
Okay, but the scene where she basically tries to force him to get her pregnant, that was a little like yeah, he lied to you and that's fucked up, but her doing that, that's also fucked up. In my opinion. I was like, oh god, do you really want to do that? Do you really want to make a kid like that way?
Well, but then it was really sad when they were at the opera, wherever they were at. And that was the end of the episode where she got her period. And then it was like, she's not pregnant. And she was just like crying. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It was after that. And I remember being so sad for her. And just because then of course they zoom in on the Duke.
Yeah.
And he's just there.
But then when they had the ball at their house, which I don't remember why they had that. I don't know if it was just like random.
I think they had to because they got married and she was the diamond and like that was the thing. Like I think it like that's the thing that you do.
Yeah, but them making up, like that scene was so cute because yeah, they were like mad at each other and kind of avoiding each other the whole time. But then when it started raining and everyone left and like she was like so happy it was raining and he was happy because she was happy. It was so cute. So cute.
Listen, yes, I agree with you, but at the same time, I felt like it was a little anticlimactic.
Oh, okay.
I didn't think that it wasn't cute. I thought it was adorable. What I'm saying is I was hoping for a little bit more before they finally like it felt like all of a sudden they just were happy. You know what I mean? Like there I feel like there needed to be more communication before.
I
You
guess
just
like she did like learn about his past, I'm pretty sure, by herself. Like she saw like the letters that he wrote to his dad. So she figured stuff out on her own, which I think in turn like helped with that.
well, and Lady Danbury helped a lot too, because she came in while she was looking at the letters and stuff.
I
Right?
also her. Yeah.
Oh, I love her too. She's great.
Oh my god, but you're gonna like if you watch Queen Charlotte, she like younger Danbury? Is that her saying? She's in that as well. She's like a main character in that one as well. And her story is a little sad, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, because her story kind of comes up a little bit in season 3.
Yeah, but it's like nothing compared to like watching it.
I mean, fair. But
When you watch it, let me know and then we can discuss.
okay, we will discuss. But I need to read more and you need to read more before we then watch another series. This is not good.
Well,
Anyways.
I've already watched it, so.
Okay, well, before I watch it. Anyways, all in all, good season. But I feel like when we get into season 2 and season 3, it's not like we're going to get heated, but I feel like we might get a little heated because I have certain opinions about season 2 that I know will irk your gears, and I'm sure you have like opinions about season 3 that will irk my gears. So, all in all, I feel like once we get to season 2 and season 3, we can also talk about more than just the couple. I feel like because there's so much more that we can talk about. But in season 1, it was very much like you're learning the world, you're learning the characters, you're learning how they do things and all that. So
Yeah.
it was a good season. Do I wish that we had more of the Duke? Of course. Absolutely. But we don't.
Yeah.
So, anyways, it's just that scene where she's like, I burn for you. Well, because he yelled at her. He was like, you don't understand what it's like. And she's like, what? Tell me. He's like, to burn for somebody and have them not feel the same. And you're like, I know where this is going.
Yeah. And then you can enjoy it then too, because like they're married, they can do it now.
It's legal.
It's legal.
No stress of somebody catching them. Because literally, I think that was the reason why I was stressed the whole time, is because I was like, they're gonna get caught. And I feel like I'm gonna get caught because I'm watching it.
Yeah. Also, the scene going back into to the beginning, the scene where they're looking at the paintings and their hands almost touch, that scene was crazy. And when I tell you I go feral for those scenes when it's like they can't be together and then like their hands like almost touch. Like there's a scene like that in season 2 as well. Like love that scene.
You go feral.
It's so good.
You just love the lead up.
I love a good
Like
lead up.
you eat that shit up.
I love a good lead up. And then once they do it, I'm like, great, the show can be done now. Like I'm done. Like they're together, they're happy, it's done.
This is why you loved Powerless so much. Like, yes, I love it and it has a special place in my heart, but like it was too white for me.
See, that doesn't really bother me. If it like obviously I love smut, but if a YA is written really well, That
Right.
doesn't bother me at all.
Well, that was a good one. Like, Once Upon a Broken Heart, I love that series too, but at the same time, like, they just didn't,
Yeah.
it wasn't as good. This Woven Kingdom wasn't as good, you know?
I like This Woman Kingdom. One Dark Window, I think, did YA really well.
Yes. I would have to agree.
Dance of Thieves, which I know you didn't really like that one, and then Six of Crows, which I know you didn't really care for that one as well. But those ones I liked a lot, and those are both YA.
Listen, I liked Six of Crows. It was just not, I was expecting something different. Dance of Thieves was good. Vow of Thieves ruined it for me. I'm sorry.
I could see that. Yeah, Vow of Thieves was kind of a downgrade from Dance of Thieves.
It was a major downgrade. I was hoping for way more.
The first book is like amazing though.
The first book was really good, but then when I got to the second book, I was like, oh. But like, listen, Shatter Me, that's YA. I live for that book. Great book. Great series. So good. Anyways.
Would you rather have the Duke's love confession when they're trying to convince the queen to let them marry, or their whole encounter in the inn after they're married? Like, words wise.
I don't know, because I would not do well with somebody yelling at me. I'd cry. So
For real, if someone like cries or not cries, if someone yells in my vicinity, I'm like, even if it's not about me, I'm like, okay.
no, literally, I don't know if I could do that because I would be crying.
No, yeah.
Like,
I was gonna pick the first one anyways, because I love when he says, like, I can't remember the exact quote, but when he was like, to find your best friend and your partner, or like in the woman you love, or something like that. Like that whole thing, I'm just like, I love it. It's so cute.
listen, I was still thinking that it was all a lie. Wasn't.
Gosh.
It wasn't. But no, I probably, well, the first one probably. Now that I know it wasn't a lie. I mean, obviously I knew after I watched it, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was just cute. And that he did it in front of other people, which reminds me of a scene from season 3, which I'm so excited to talk about. Anyways, this was reading between the lines today. We did not talk about reading, but meh, whatever, it's fine.
Talk about a show inspired by a book. It's a loophole.
It's got the same vibes as our book, so it's fine. Next time, goodness gracious me. Okay. Next time we will be talking about season 2, which is Emma's favorite. Not my favorite.
I've rewatched that season like 3 times.
I was so ready to be done with that season, but it's fine. Anyways, we'll get into it. And then after that, we'll talk about season 3. And then after that, we have another author on the podcast, which we're excited to talk to her about all the fun things about her writing process and about her new book coming out. So look forward to that. But until then, we're stuck in the Bridgerton loophole right now. Never thought I'd be here. Just kidding. Yeah. I don't think there's anything else I need to say. Nope, I'm done. Okay.